Tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, ambaye kwa hekima na wema wako umeteua nyadhifa za viongozi na mabunge kwa ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wa wanadamu, tutakusihi utatazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako ambao umeridhika kutuita ili kutekeleza shughuli muhimu za jamhuri hii yetu. Tutakuomba ututeremshie baraka zako sisi tuliokutanika hapa, na utujalie kuyatenda na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako ziendelezwe, na ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi hii yetu na wale ambao haja zao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Next order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, I have 2 communications to make. Honorable members, I recognize the 48 students from Mema Secondary School, Rongai Sub-County, Menengai West Ward, who are accompanied by their teachers, namely Mr. Frank Kibet, Mr. Francis Wainaina Karaoke, Madam Maureen Maombe. In our tradition of recognizing and welcoming visitors, I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the County Assembly of Nakuru. Karibuni sana. Honorable members, there is another communication. This is from the Director, Internal Audit, and the reference or the subject is about the ward visits. It reads, the above refers. This is to notify you that the Internal Audit Department from the County Assembly of Nakuru will be visiting wards during the months of June and July to assess their functionality. This is for the members of the County Assembly to ensure the offices are open during this period to facilitate the exercise. Thank you. Of course, it is signed by the Director, Internal Audit, Mr. Samuel Munyeki. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
There are no messages. Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
There is no notice of motion. Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
There are no statements. Next order.
Order number 8, motion.
There is a motion by the Honorable Chairperson, Committee on Budget and Appropriations.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to thank the House, yourself, and more so the great students that have visited our county assembly, and tell them that as a chairperson budget, the paper that is before me is a very crucial paper that normally appear before the assembly. And this paper is one of the papers that help us in developing our county budgets. And this paper normally come before what we call the county physical strategy paper that normally tabled in this assembly by the 28th of February each and every year. And as you can realize that within the entire country and the East Africa region, we are doing our budgets. So at the moment, we have a paper within our assembly And Mr. Speaker, sir, I will go into the motion. The Budget and Appropriation Committee on the county, the report of the Budget Appropriation Committee on the County Budget Review and Outlook paper 2023-2024. Mr. Speaker, I'll inform members that this paper is very crucial because it gives us the outlook of how the year has been, the outlook on the budget that we have had. And Mr. Speaker, I will start. Honorable Speaker, the budget review and outlook paper, CBROP, is prepared in accordance with Section 118 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and PFM County Government Regulations 2015, and serves a critical role in the county budget process by reviewing both financial and non-financial performance and providing a basis for future budget planning and execution. So this paper will give us an outlook of how the previous year's budget was to help us to prepare for the coming financial year. The CBROP 2024 is the second to be prepared under the county administration, and it highlights the details of actual physical performance for the financial year 2023-2024 compared to the budget appropriation of the year, including an updated economic and financial forecasts, and examines their impact on the next medium-term expenditure framework, MTF period 2025-2026 to 2027-2028, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, this paper, as indicated, we shall go mainly, I want to delve on the pages that we have, the graphics and the numbers, so that we have an outlook of what we have. There is so much literature in this, Mr. Speaker, and I know that honorable members can follow that literature within their tablets that they have, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, on page 10, we have review of performance in financial year 2023-2024. Honorable Speaker, during the period, the county government was implementing a revised budget of Kenyan shillings 23.3 billion, that the total county receipts among Kenyan shillings 22.1 billion, which included physical balances from the financial year 2022 to 2023, Mr. Speaker. So when you get that, you realize that we didn't hit the target that we had budgeted for because of mainly revenue shortage, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I will take members through the receipts and expenditure that we got during that time. That is 2023-2024. The first receipt, Mr. Speaker, that we received as the county was the equitable share. We had targeted to receive 13.5 billion Kenyan shillings, but the county received 13.5, the exact amount that we had been promised. That was 100%, Mr. Speaker. We had been promised to get grants of 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings, but we didn't get all of it. We received 1.1 billion, that is 75%. On source revenue, and I'll indicate to the students above and also members that on source revenue is what we get from either the cess, collection at quarries, collection at trading centers, hospitals, and the hospitals are not here. Sorry, because the hospitals are supposed to be under FIF. But here we have the shops. When you see those great men and women putting on within Nakuru city a yellow something, kwa barabara, they stop the vehicle, not the police, but they stop mainly lorries. That is what we call on-source revenue. When we have markets at your own centers and you hear them saying, licenses ndio zinalipwa. This is what the money that we are talking about. And within Nakuru County, the amount that we collected, or that the amount that we had targeted to collect within that financial year was 4.1 billion Kenyan shillings. But in this case, we collected 3.2 billion Kenyan shillings, that is 80%. balances from the financial year 2022-2023, that was 4 billion, and that was 100%. Total receipts for that financial year was 23.3 billion Kenyan shillings. Mr. Speaker, it's as though on-source revenue, FIF, was included actually. So Mheshimiwa Moraa was right on that part. Expenditure, Mr. Speaker. Compensation to employees. This is the money that we do pay to the employees, that we paid 7.4 billion. We had a target of 7.4 billion, but performance was 95%. We paid 7.1 billion. Operations maintenance. We had intended to spend 6.1 billion under that budget, but we could only spend 4.5 billion, that is 74%. In development, we had targeted to spend 9.6 billion, but we ended up spending 4.8 billion, that is 50%. Total expenditure that year, we had targeted to spend 23.3 billion, but we only spent 16.4 billion Kenyan shillings. Mr. Speaker, sir, the total county revenues of the period under review amounted to Kenyan shillings 22.1 billion against a budgeted estimate of Kenyan shillings 23.3 billion Kenyan shillings. Mr. Speaker, I will move to the county revenue performance, how the county is performing in form of a performance on revenue, county revenue performance. This is an interesting part, and more so to the Committee on Finance, because this is what their mandates is. Revenue source, local source revenue. In that year, 2022-2023, Mr. Speaker, we had estimated to collect 2.2 billion, but we collected 1.6 billion. Revised estimates by the financial year 2023-2024, we had estimated to get 2.4 billion, but we received 1.8 billion, Mr. Speaker. The variance was 570 million Kenyan shillings. That is, we had a growth between 2022 and 23, we had a growth of 14% and total receipts of 8%. Facility Improvement Fund, this is the monies that we collect from the hospitals. In other words, when you go and you're asked to pay a card, you're asked to pay for that and that within the hospitals, your various hospitals that you have, that is the amount that we are calling about Facility Improvement Fund. And this money is supposed to be spent within those hospitals, maybe for renovations. And at times, when extremists come, they are used also to pay workers in those hospitals. So our target was to receive 1.8 billion for the entire county. But we received, the actual for 2022-2023, we received 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings. In the financial year 2023-2024, we received 1.7 billion, and we had estimated 1.7 billion, but we received 1.4 billion Kenyan shillings. That is a negated of 3% in growth. Physical on-source revenue total, we received 3.3 billion, 3.1 billion, that is for 2022-23, and a financial year 2023-2024, we received 3.2, an increment of 800 million Kenyan shillings. Physical balances, we had a balance of 3.9 billion for the previous year, but for last year, we had a balance of 4.1%, 4.1 billion Kenyan shilling. Conditional grants, Mr. Speaker, sir, we received 647 against what we had projected, 688. That is 22-23, and the other year, last year, we had received 1.1 billion against 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings. CRA, this is CRA equitable share. This is the money that the county receives from the entire country. When you hear that the country is being given, all the counties are receiving like 180 billion or 380 billion. This is the amount that is shared equally to all the counties, and Nakuru obtains 13.0 billion, and last year we received 13.5 billion Kenyan shillings. The exchequer release, Mr. Speaker, total exchequer receipts for the financial year 2023-2024, excluding the physical balances, amounted to Kenyan shillings 14.7 billion, which comprises of Kenyan shillings 13.5 billion. I know to many people, Mr. Speaker, and more so the students, they hear of billions and billions and billions, but the county has so many employees, including the ECDs that you see around your school. Those people are employed using this money, Mr. Speaker, sir, and it's good that we realize that. The performance of budgetary conditional grants was constrained by underperformance of Kenya livestock value chain support by Kenyan shillings 121 million Kenyan shillings. Mr. Speaker, there is a table that is on page 13 that members can go through, and you'll get the achievements, like for instances, balances in the county revenue fund. We achieved 100%, donor grants, we achieved 100%, but in other grants or in other avenues, Mr. Speaker, we are not able to meet the target, mainly because some of this money, at times they are released. Like for instance, we are only left with around 15 to 20 days to close this financial year, but the counties have not still received so much amount of money. In the last budget, we had a target of getting around 5-point-something billion in form of development, and until now, the payments of this financial year have not begun. So you'll get the counties complaining that there is no money circulating within the county, Mr. Speaker. On-source revenue, Mr. Speaker. On on-source revenue, Mr. Speaker, we have a table that is well elaborated there, and we have from the financial year 2012-2013, we have all of them going up to 2023-2024. The growth of this, Mr. Speaker, you'll find that in 2013, when the counties took over, Mr. Speaker, we had targeted to get 522 million in form of FIF. But in the last financial year, Mr. Speaker, and the actual that we got that year was 424 million Kenyan shillings. But today, Mr. Speaker, compared to 2013, you'll get that we have obtained 1 billion more. From 2013, Nakuru has grown its revenue on FIF all the way from that to 1.4 billion. And then we have local revenue. Local revenue, we have grown from 1.3 billion to 1.8 billion Kenyan shillings. Total on-source revenue, we have grown from 1.3 billion as a county since 2013. We are now at 3.2 billion Kenyan shillings. Nakuru has potential of developing this on-source revenue to a tune of around 6 to 7 billion if well utilized, and if the various committees take charge of what to do in this bunge. Local source revenue performance, Mr. Speaker, that is on page 15. We have trade licenses, we have parking fees, we have property tax, royalties, advertising, RECA licensing, other fees and charges, building approval. In Nakuru County, for the purpose of visitors, you cannot do any building, whether in school or elsewhere, without an approval. And all the approved buildings that we have within Nakuru, they have generated a total of 59 million Kenyan shillings. So when you see people stating that we must approve something, that is what we mean. Stock and slaughter fees. In slaughterhouses, there is what we develop there as a fee, and that one we have around 19 million Kenyan shillings to this date. County park fees, when you go to visit game parks, mainly that ones for students. The read-through charges that you get, Nakuru County has been able to generate 576,000 Kenyan shillings from what tourists and other people pay. I know with the larger game parks like Nakuru National Park, if it was to be given back to Nakuru, I know our revenue would go very, very high because we have centers like Nakuru National Park, we have Hell's Gate National Park, Mount Rongonot, and even access to Lake Naivasha, access to different lakes within here, whereby the people within this county, the tourists from across the world, they come, but we cannot access this money, Mr. Speaker. Appropriation Aid Facility Fund, Mr. Speaker, that is within the hospitals. Within the hospitals, Mr. Speaker, I would want us to read the different hospitals that we have, Mr. Speaker. Olengroni Sub-County Hospital has generated 15.8 million Kenyan shillings. PGH Annex, Mr. Speaker, has generated 85.4 million Kenyan shillings. Rangaranga Hospital, 9.7 million. PGH Nakuru has generated, Mr. Speaker, 886 million Kenyan shillings. Elbagon Hospital, 19 million. Bondeni, 10 million. Soin Sub-County, we have 4.3. We have Moro District Hospital at 63 million. We have Njoro at 25. We have Gilgil at 77. Miroge Karaoke Sub-County at 5 million. Kabazi Hospital at 4 million. We have Keringet at 7 million. Naivasha District Hospital at 406 million Kenyan shillings, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, this, I think, last week we toured the hospital, Naivasha Hospital, Mr. Speaker, and we agreed as a committee on health that this hospital requires some heavy machines, because if this hospital can be generating 406 million Kenyan shillings without MRI, Mr. Speaker, without heavy machines that are required, without even a CT scan, Mr. Speaker, if this hospital was to be given these machines, Mr. Speaker, this hospital has potential of generating more than even the PGH is generating at the moment, Mr. Speaker. And mainly, we found out that the catchment of this hospital is regions that do not have major hospitals. If you go past Bomet, many people go to Moi referral back in Eldoret before they come here. But Mr. Speaker, if you come from Rimuru area all the way to Narok area, Kajiado area, Kinangop area, Nyandarua area, all of them, Gilgil, they're all dependent on this hospital because of its facility and equipment that we have there. So if this hospital was to be equipped, Mr. Speaker, we see a projection of the county going very, very high. Bahati Hospital realized 57 million. So Bukia Sub-County realized 19 million Kenyan shillings. In total, we had FIF 1.7 billion Kenyan shillings. Facility Improvement Fund performance from the year 2013. In 2013, we collected 424 million. 424 millions from everything that we are collecting. In the year 2023-2024, we have collected 1.4 billion Kenyan shillings. So there is an improvement of 1 billion, but we can increase this money with time, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, members can go through the table on page 19, page 20, Mr. Speaker, because all these pages, they are all well utilized there. The least absorption rate, Honorable Speaker, was recorded by Moro Municipality. We gave Moro Municipality some money. They didn't. They were not able to absorb that money because of the main infrastructure that they required, the board and the other people. Gilgil Municipality, at page 21, municipality spent 37%, and then we have the others there, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on page 23 of that, we have a very elaborate comparison of everything that we have, and analysis of pending bills, Mr. Speaker. On page 25, we have analysis of pending bills. Mr. Speaker, from construction of civil works, purchase of land, supply of goods, supply of services, we have all that, Mr. Speaker, and I know members can follow that very well. Non-financial performance, Mr. Speaker, it is well elaborated from number 37 all the way to number 42 through to number 54, Mr. Speaker, whereby we are talking under market rehabilitation and development, Honorable Speaker, concerning 6 new markets and 10 existing markets under commerce and enterprise trained 230 MCMEs and calibrated 8,190 weighing instruments. These instruments are used in different localities, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm going like this because the document is quite bulky, and I know honorable members have got this document within the gadgets, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me go to recent economic development and physical outlook. The global economy demonstrated resilience in 2023, achieving a growth rate of 3.3%. The performance marks stabilization after years of overlapping negative shocks, with a growth rate of 3.5% in 2022 and projected growth of 3.2%, 3.3%, 2024, 2025, respectively. The stability, Honorable Speaker, contrasts with the pressure brought by trigger monetary policies, highlighting the complexity of current economic conditions. Nevertheless, uncertainties persist, particularly around the vulnerabilities within the banking sector and the implications of sustained high interest rates, Mr. Speaker. In emerging markets and developing economies, growth is projected at 4.3% in both 2024-2025, reflecting strong activity, particularly in Asia, driven by China and India. In sub-Saharan Africa, economic growth is expected to rise from an estimated 3.4% in 2023 to 3.7% in 2024 and 4.1% in 2025, indicating a positive outlook despite some regional challenges. Specifically, countries like Nigeria and South Africa are projected to grow at 3.1% and 0.9% respectively. Mr. Speaker, on page 38, you will get the global economic outlook, of which we have given the world advanced economies, of which the US is at 1.9%. That is, as of 2022, Euro area is at 3.4, United Kingdom at 4.3, Japan at 1.1. And you have Kenya, you can see Kenya is at 4.9%, Mr. Speaker. This is an indication of a good growth rate at that time, Mr. Speaker. In 2023, we estimated at 5.6, and 2024, we were at 5.2. 2025 projection is at 5.4%. Kenya's economic performance, GDP growth, Mr. Speaker, the Kenyan economy grew by 5.6% in 2020, up from 4.9%. The negated part of 4.9% from compared to 5.6 mainly was attributed to the showcasing resilience and recovery amidst global and domestic challenges. These challenges, Mr. Speaker, in Kenya, you remember we had the geopolitics that we had, the tensions that we had. I remember at that time we had the routing of the transport industry from Kenya to Tanzania, to Uganda and Rwanda. And you also have the effects or the shockwaves of COVID-19 pandemic that really impacted on the economy here. Mr. Speaker, let me let members go through that. And I go to Kenyan shillings exchange rate, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the foreign exchange market remained generally stable despite heightened global uncertainties, the strengthening of the US dollars, and the geopolitical tensions which exerted downward pressure on exchange rates towards the end of 2023 and 2024. Mr. Speaker, here is to members. You remember there is a time that the shilling went up to around 147 as compared to dollar, but at the moment we still went further down to around, I think at the moment, Mr. Speaker, we are dealing with the shilling at dollar rate at 129.32 when I looked at the stock exchange earlier on today, Mr. Speaker. So there is stability on shilling towards dollar. Interest rates, Mr. Speaker, interest rates in Kenya have generally been on upward trajectory since the start of financial year 2023-2024, driven by tight monetary policies aimed at controlling inflation. The CBR rose to 12.9% in August, up from 10%. I think this is where, Mr. Speaker, most of the members will understand. In one of the Kamukunjis that we were having, you told members that we have what we call fringe benefits, Mr. Speaker, which are cautioned. And if you don't caution this, then you'll not be able to get any loan. For instance, Mr. Speaker, if a member within this bunge took a loan at an interest rate of 10.48% in 2022 when it came to this bunge, and today the rates have changed within the CBR to 12.97%, 12.97%, Mr. Speaker, it means there is a difference in here between. And this is what members need to get, that this is what we call the fringe benefits, which must be paid. And within our budget, Mr. Speaker, we had appropriated 46.2 million Kenyan shillings for this purpose, Mr. Speaker. During the same period, Honorable Speaker, the 91-day Treasury bill rate increased from 13.3% to 15.8%. The 182-day Treasury bill rate rose from 13.2% to 16.7%, and the 364-day Treasury bill rate climbed from 13.6% to 16.9%. Mr. Speaker, it will be interesting that this is one topic that I feel that members of the Assembly should be well informed, either in this bunge or the next bunge or the others, Mr. Speaker, so that as much as we even pay insurance for our loans, Mr. Speaker, one has to understand that there are other things that must change whenever you are taking a loan that is transiting 5 years term, Mr. Speaker. The medium-term outlook, economic outlook, Honorable Speaker, Kenya's economic performance is projected to remain stable over the medium term. The GDP growth for the Kenya's economy is expected to be moderate from 5.6% in 2023 to a forecast of 5.2% in 2024 and 5.4% in 2025. This document, Mr. Speaker, as members will realize, is one of the crucial documents that even when the county wants to go and attract investors across the globe, Mr. Speaker, this is one of the things that the investors will look at. Like, for instance, today in another county, Murang'a, Mr. Speaker, there is a meeting of investors, Mr. Speaker. These investors, they must look at this because globally, Mr. Speaker, you cannot go to a country that the GDP is going low, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'll move to point 92. The monetary policy aims at achieving and maintaining an inflation target rate of plus or negative between 5 and 2.5 over the medium-term period, Mr. Speaker. The county fiscal revenue outlook, revenue expenditure, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I know this is one of the things that the Finance Committee, or this is the part that the Finance Committee will majorly interact with. because like in page 42, when you go to number 95, the county anticipates total revenues, including the Facility Improvement Fund, FIF, to reach approximately Kenyan shillings 20.3 billion in the fiscal year 2025-2026. The figures comprise of equitable share, 14, and conditional grants, 1.8. On source revenue, this is where the finance committee will come in and know how we can or how we shall generate the 4.3% or the 4.37 billion Kenyan shillings on FIF and on source revenue for us to reach what we have here, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we go to the exchange rate, the risk to financial outlook, Mr. Speaker. There is always a risk. The county perspective is confronted with risk stemming from both national and the county level factors. This encompasses exchange rate. Honorable Speaker, the Kenyan shilling is experienced a weaker performance at the beginning of the year, but strengthened against the US dollar from the mid-February through August. Despite this temporary recovery, the currency underperformed compared to all other East African Community EACC regional currencies during the same period, Mr. Speaker. I think many of the people here will understand that when we came from the electionary period, Mr. Speaker, our shilling was rather very weak, and we had no US dollar circulating within the country around that time. Hence, many people, we saw the dollar going up to, compared to the shilling, up to, I think the highest was around 160 something, then came back to 140, 150, then 140, then 136. But right now, we are at 129. In the year 2002, Mr. Speaker, comparing the dollar to the shilling, Mr. Speaker, it was at 1 to 67. So 1 to 67. A dollar was going at 67 Kenyan shillings. So you can see the economy, how it's faring. The budget credibility, Honorable Speaker, the growing demand for enhanced budget allocation to county functions has consistently resulted in the overestimation of on-source revenue. And this is a problem, Mr. Speaker, because, Mr. Speaker, you remember very well that even when you are capping some amount that members really talked about in the last Kamukunji that we had, a heated Kamukunji, the 154 million Kenyan shillings, Mr. Speaker, was capped under on-source revenue, that it is a projection that the money that we shall get, Mr. Speaker. But in the morning, we talked about the ADP, Mr. Speaker. Right now, we are talking about the real revenue that we collected, Mr. Speaker. We see that we had projected to get around 4.1 billion Kenyan shillings, but the county could only realize 3.2 billion Kenyan shillings. So all the other amount that was budgeted for and could not be met, Mr. Speaker, that becomes a liability to this assembly and even to the county government. And as such, Mr. Speaker, we shall still have to see so many pending bills. We shall see so many people not being paid for the works they have done. The pending bills, Mr. Speaker, that is C-105. The county's pending bill obligation stands at Kenyan shillings 1.48 billion. Inherited pending bills. Failure to meet these commitments exposes the county to reputational damage. And, Mr. Speaker, when our county has a budget of a pending bill of 1.48 billion Kenyan shillings, Mr. Speaker, it means that there is no circulation of this money within the economy of Nakuru. This is money that is owed to contractors. These are people who made roads, there are people who made classes and have not been paid, Mr. Speaker. There are people who went and delivered something that have not been paid. Recently, that is last week, Mr. Speaker, we visited Naivasha Level 4 Hospital, and there are so many pending bills of around 280-something million Kenyan shillings. And most of them, when we asked the hospital, they told us that they are even straining. They don't have people who can give them any goods They don't have people who can give them beans. They have to beg, Mr. Speaker. So this is something that we, as an assembly, have to look at. And that's why this wage bill, or this paper, the physical outlook paper for the county, is very crucial. The wage bill, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Section 25(1)B of the PFM County Government Regulations 2015 mandates county government to ensure that their wage bill does not surpass 35% of their total revenue. However, in the fiscal year 2025-2026, employee compensation is projected to be at 38.7%. And Mr. Speaker, I must be honest to this assembly that our wage bill is rather very, very high. Even when we indicate that we must meet this 35%, you'll find that even this budget of this financial year, we must do a rollover of so many projects, or so much of, like last financial year, we rolled over 1 billion Kenyan shilling to ensure that we curb this, so that our own wage bill is seen to be low, Mr. Speaker. It is a lie that we are living in, Mr. Speaker, and as a county, we must look at how we manage that, Mr. Speaker. Resource allocation framework, Mr. Speaker. Members can go through page 45 for that, because that one we have well indicated. We have physical policy for financial 2025-2026, Mr. Speaker. It is there, so much of literature that we have there. And I know members, we have prepared, as a committee, we have prepared a good report for this to be taken. The physical projections, Mr. Speaker, we have them there, Mr. Speaker. Like, for instance, on 116, the total revenue, including appropriation in aid, AIA, is projected at Kenyan shillings 20.3 billion during the financial year 2025-2026. This depicts a marginal decline of 3% from approved budget 2024-2025. Equitable share is projected at 14.1 billion, 69.4% conditional grants expected during the fiscal year, amount of 1.8 billion. Mr. Speaker, expenditure projections, members can see that, and this will have, this on page 49. That one will mostly move with the with what we call the PFM Act, how we produce, how we expedite our projections within here, Mr. Speaker. And this is where members will get that you cannot surpass your savings even if you want to. Even if you have power, you cannot surpass it, Mr. Speaker. The financial year 2025-2026 and midterm budget framework. That is in page 51, Mr. Speaker. And we have even the criteria, the development focus for the 2023 to 2027. 2023 to 2027, Mr. Speaker, you remember we launched our CIDP within Nakuru County. And that one, Mr. Speaker, we have everything that we have within this CBRO, Mr. Speaker. So I know members can follow clearly on that. Criteria for resource allocation, Honorable Speaker, the projects must be linked to programs with the national government agenda of bottom-up economic transformation. That is what our CBRO, our CIDP envisioned, Mr. Speaker. Still to that, we want to link it to the 2030 vision, Mr. Speaker, objectives of the CIDP 2023 to 2027. The ADP that we read in the morning, Mr. Speaker, also must be here, completion of ongoing projects. And I must commend the county government of Nakuru because, Mr. Speaker, most of the projects that had been left and not completed are now in completion. Yesterday, we held a meeting with Her Excellency in her Milimani offices, Mr. Speaker, and the offices might be, Rose from Gilgil might doubt them for a hotel in Shanghai, China, Mr. Speaker. Conclusions, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the following are the emerging issues during the review period, included increasing expenditure demands. This is growing pressure on the county budget due to demands for enhanced service delivery in sectors such as health, infrastructure, and education, rising operational costs, and wage bill demands, strains, and budget requiring careful financial objectives, Mr. Speaker. We have climate change concerns, Mr. Speaker. We have population growth and urbanization, Mr. Speaker. For instance, when you go to most of the centers, Mr. Speaker, this is one of the things that is affecting. You'll find that, for instance, if you go to areas around Naivasha Highway, you'll get so many high buildings now rising. If you go to an area like Viwandani, Mr. Speaker, you'll get the buildings that had one floor. They are no longer, they are becoming extinct, Mr. Speaker. And you're getting now even to the 7th floor, Mr. Speaker. If you go to Kayole, the same. If you go to Karakta, the same. If you go to Gilgil, the same. The technology and the investment that is happening is on another level, Mr. Speaker. We must credit the banks because the banks have given us what we require. We have pending bills and debt management, Mr. Speaker, stakeholder engagement and public participation, national government transfers, microeconomic environments. Honorable Speaker, the review identified the following challenges: insufficient rigor enforcement frameworks and hindering the effective collection and management of on-source revenue. And that's where we ask the Committee on Finance to come in and set up rigor frameworks that will help us collect better revenues within the county. Delay in implementation of new valuation rule leading to ineffective collection of land rates, Mr. Speaker. I know the Assembly might shy away from this, and more so coming from Mheshimiwa Geru, Mr. Speaker. But this is a reality that the county must one day live in, that we must have a valuation role and valuation land rate role, Mr. Speaker, within Nakuru County, for us to realize that the county can generate enough monies for development. Mr. Speaker, there are so many recommendations that we have here, Mr. Speaker, including those on page 56 on on-source revenue, OSR, the county government to establish a clear, legal basis to raise funds through taxes, fees, and other charges. This framework should specify the authority of county government to impose taxes, fees, and charges for the services. Mr. Speaker, in essence, when you go to the conclusion of this, is that we are recommending that what we have here as a budget committee, we have given a very refined recommendations. And these recommendations can only be passed to the next committee for its implementation, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on page 59, we have total expenditure sector savings for the period 2025-2026 to 2027-2028, Mr. Speaker, is a whole table there, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity, first and foremost, to thank you because you've been very consistent in the passage of such documents that informs the Assembly and not just the committees that we sit on, Mr. Speaker. Within this document, Mr. Speaker, if we had gone through such a document, I think in most of our Kamukunjis, we could have been more informed because we have realized that information is within the ADP, within this paper that we have here, within the CFSP, Mr. Speaker, and as such, the committee is committing that we shall endeavor to always relay good information to this House, that we give you the projection that we have as a country, as a county, and within the world, Mr. Speaker. So that whenever, Mr. Speaker, you will feel it good that you also travel out of the country, we know the countries that have better GDPs that we can visit, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I want to request Mheshimiwa there from Kabatini to second this CBROP report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I arise to second the paper.
Thank you. I now propose the question that this House adopts the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriations on the County Budget Review Outlook Paper 2024, That is for the financial year 2023-2024, that was laid on the table of the Assembly on Wednesday, 4th June 2025 during the morning sitting. The motion is open for debate. The Honourable Member for Mosop.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I raise to actually a debate on this motion before us, allow me, sir, to also take this opportunity to welcome our students from MEMA. And these are my neighbors because they border Mosop. We are just demarcated by the highway, and I want to welcome them to this assembly. Let them feel welcomed, and let them work hard so that one day they may be part of this great assembly. Mr. Speaker, the CPROP document is the county budget review and outlook paper. Is a very crucial budget document actually used by the county assemblies to review the previous year's performance and also acts as a basis with which we are going to develop the budget that is coming. And I think it has come in at a very appropriate time so that we can be able to pass it and open ways for the main budget, which is also on the way. I want to also thank the committee I want to thank the committee for the good work that they have done and the analysis that they have put in this document. I'm particularly keen on the on-source revenue, which we had a target of almost 4.2 or 4.1 billion. And I see as a county government, they worked hard to at least be able to achieve about 3.29 billion in terms of what was targeted for in terms of the on-source revenue. Mr. Speaker, this is a clear indication that, of course, there is room for improvement so that next time a county that collects enough revenue is able to sustain itself. You know, many a times we depend on many other more factors to be able to run our county in terms of service deliveries, development, and other things. Mr. Speaker, this document acts as a good reflection that we as Nakuru County can actually be able to do better. And in such a case, as I had seen even part of the recommendations, we have to look for ways of improving how we collect our revenues so that we are able to meet the targets as actually was put from the beginning, Mr. Speaker. I'm also equally happy, and I would wish to congratulate Olenguruoni people or workers from the Olenguruoni. Because, Mr. Speaker, when I looked at the targets from the hospital, it highly superseded expectation, and they were able to collect to a tune of a percentage of 140% of their targeted revenue collection. Mr. Speaker, this is a benchmark that the rest of the hospitals that have also been collecting revenue should go and see, even as we plan for the budget, and learn what is this that the Olenguruoni staff and management was doing to have been able to supersede the 100% budget, even to an extent of 140% of what they are doing, so that we can be able to copy these good practices and be able to apply even to the rest of the hospitals to help us be able to meet the targets, and not only meeting but also to supersede. Of course, I'm also glad that we were able to see what the Provincial General Hospital has done. And in their targets of around 97% of what they are targeted, they were able to collect a good amount of around 80 million shillings. Mr. Speaker, these amounts also, as we plan for the budget, should equally be used to improve these facilities as they have been stated, and should be able to put in places things that are going to help us even get more revenues. This should include improving the facilities, improving the machineries, encouraging the staffs or motivating the staffs in terms of allowances, remuneration, salaries, so that they are well motivated to work harder and be able to improve in terms of the allocations of salary, and also, allocations of, improve in terms of salary in collections, and also be able to improve in terms of service delivery, which occasionally we've had several noises from our county, people who elected us, various small noises on what goes on in our hospitals. So the amounts that have been collected, Mr. Speaker, should actually go forth to be able to improve the facilities and ensure that the people of Nakuru get better healthcare services. On the facility improvement funds, Mr. Speaker, we see in the year 2022-2023, all the way to 2024, we dropped in some way because from 2023, we had a slightly higher percentage of around 117. And on where we are now, there's a slight drop. So this one also is a wake-up call. We want to see what is this that made us drop, so that we can be able to improve even as we plan for the budget that is going to come ahead of us. It is good that we made a lot of progress, and we had about 6.8 billion in terms of absorptions. That was not also spent, Mr. Speaker. This should also be a good wake-up call, that we would be asking ourselves why was it that in that year about 6.8 billion amounts of money was not spent, Mr. Speaker. As we look at this document, and as even we support it, Mr. Speaker, I feel indebted that this is a good foundation in which we are going to build a better strategies. We'll develop better strategies. We shall develop a better service delivery. We should develop better absorptions for our county in terms of the money that we have left in the county. It should actually be able to guide us. It should actually be able to help us. It will actually be able to help us so that we do better in the year that is going to come, even as we plan for the budget. Others, Mr. Speaker, I actually raised to support this great document, as we once more thank and congratulate the committee for the work well done in terms of analysis, sector by sector, sections by sections, department by department, and it is now our duty to actually pass it so that it sets precedent for the budget that is going to come. Mr. Speaker, I raise to support this motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The member for Viwandani.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. And I want to support that the document is well illustrating on how we should improve our working forces and whatever. But, Mr. Speaker, I've gone up to page 54 somewhere. We are having where the committee have identified the challenges. And Mr. Speaker, when the chair was taking us through this document, there was a table of performance in our hospital in Nakuru County. And I'm so much surprised to see that though Naivasha Hospital is reading in correction on FIF or on source revenue, the challenge is that there is insufficient legal and enforcement frameworks and guidelines hindering the effective collection and management of own source revenue. So I'm wondering what has brought the hindering, because as a member of Finance Committee, we have passed more than 2 motions here in this assembly, covering all these ways of losing our money. And Mr. Speaker, if you can recall well, the chair said that in Naivasha Sub-County Referral Hospital, there is pending, whatever bill, what do I call it? A pending bill that is amounting to more than 281 million. And if, Mr. Speaker, the delay in implementation, because these are the recommendations, that there is delay in implementing whatever this House has passed. Mr. Speaker, we are still going on facing these challenges. I also noticed that the chair said that we are having pending bills of 1.8 billion, 1.4 billion of contractors who have done surprise in this county, who have made roads, who have made schools, and other infrastructural need. And Mr. Speaker, if these are the challenges that are facing our county, I don't see whether we are going to achieve, as per our document that has well illustrated how we can achieve all these good days. Again, I've seen one of the challenge is lack of technical staffs. And in the same case, the chair has said as per our constitution, the wage bill should not surpass 35%. And the projection is that in this document, it is estimated to raise to 37.8. Again, and we have understaffing. So I'm wondering how we are going to achieve all these with all these challenges. But I hope that whoever is supposed to implement all what is in this document will help us to achieve the good thing that has been here. There has been inadequate financing and priorities of activities. So in our healthcare, I think, Honorable Speaker, we are supposed to have the best, because a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. Without good health, we cannot get wealth. So I want to urge the implementers, after we pass this document, please to speed up in implementing all what is here in good faith. And I think, Honorable Chair, we will achieve these good things that are compressed here. So thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, the Honorable Member for Viwandani. The Honorable Member for Nakuru East.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I stand to support this report. Mr. Speaker, sir, this report acts as a mirror of where we are coming from and the challenges that we are facing as a county. Mr. Speaker, sir, from the report we see that, and it is worth mentioning, Mr. Speaker, that devolution is at a risk, because many of our problems that we are incurring as a devolved government are due to the delays from the national government. And I want to urge our honorable senators to act to protect devolution and to even to cushion us, because recently, from what the chairman has said, Mr. Speaker, we are looking at the financial year 23-24. And it's sad that in anticipation of what Kara passed in 2024-2025, this trajectory is going to be in a negative trajectory. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, it's my sincere wish to urge our honorable senators to cushion the county government, because we see we are trying. From what we have been told, when we came, we started from 1.6 on-source revenue, 1.8. We are now to 3 point something on-source revenue. I just want to urge members of the Finance Committee, let's work to provide oversight and see that our county government, we have potential. In the morning, Mr. Speaker, sir, what was laid here, the ADN, the Annual Development Plan, we have very good plans that we have put as a government. And if I can mention a municipality like Gilgil, Molo, there are some development that are being done in those areas. And we anticipate from those development, even the parking fees, we are going to get and we are going to add on our own source revenue. So it is up to the Department of Finance and the Committee of Finance to provide the oversight and see that indeed we maximize on our revenue collection. And I want to mention that from what we've been told about FIF, a lot of development and projects, we have set aside money for our hospitals. And in that, we anticipate to get back the FIF, our FIF, to increase, because most of our, if I can remember, an hospital like Maimahiu soon is going to be operationalized. From that, we anticipate we are going to add our own source revenue. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, these are very good mirror that we are having as a committee. I want just to say that this is a good job we are doing, and as we are anticipating for the budget paper to come in the next few weeks, we have a lot to consider and to put measures so that we can maximize what we have. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, as I support this paper.
Thank you. I will now, the Honourable Member for Viwandani, you...
I just want to let the House know that the blame should not be brought to Finance Committee, because we have put measures. And I hope Honourable Kanyere from Nakuru East and other members have been always here when we pass this.
The Honourable Member, already you putting a case for yourself. Did I hear the Honourable Kanyere putting blame on your committee?
Yes, so, Honourable Chair, he addresses the Finance Committee, where I sit as the Vice Chair. And I've said here, it is on record, that we have many motions here we've passed on ways to curb the loss of money and revenue in our county. So it is now upon another committee of implementation to make sure that everything that has been passed here has been implemented fully. So Finance Committee, we have put measures, and we are still pushing to see that everything that we have raised and brought here has been implemented. So it is our oversight role now as members of this assembly to exercise that oversight role, Honourable Speaker, to make sure that this county does not lose money in those other ways.
The Honourable Member for Nakuru East,
Yes, Mr.
does
Speaker,
that settle?
Now that I've been mentioned, just give me a minute, Mr. Speaker, to respond. I was just urging the Committee on Finance, it's a collective responsibility, Mr. Speaker. It's not a blame that I'm putting on them, but rather I just want to urge them to work to the maximum so that you know, there are many loopholes, he knows what I'm saying, that are there. And as a committee, you need to do your job so that we can get our own source revenue on a rising trajectory. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Nakuru East, you said that he knows what you're doing. Does the House know what you're saying? Or?
From the reports that we are anticipating from them, I think the House will know. There are no reports that you are bringing to this House as a committee. It's high time you bring reports to that effect.
Thank you. That closes the issue of whether
But
this
Honourable
committee is
Speaker,
working.
the member is
The Honourable Member for Viwandani, that is closed. The Honourable Member for Amalo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. Before I contribute, I would like to welcome the students and the teachers from Mema Secondary School. Karibuni sana. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want also to support privily the county budget review on the Outlook paper for the year 2023-2024. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want also to note that the committee has done a very brilliant and amazing job. Keep it up, and this is a good job. As earlier said by my fellow Mheshimiwa, this is really a true mirror of where we are going, where we are coming from, and it gives us direction on where we are going. Mr. Speaker, sir, I really want to touch on 2 or 3 sections. The first of all is the achievement from a very, very, very hardworking hospital, Olenguruani Sub-District Hospital. It is my hospital, Mr. Speaker, sir. So I am very, very proud of their work. And as said earlier by Mheshimiwa Langat from ASOP, that other hospitals, other facilities should really visit and see, do the benchmarking and see why are they improving so that we can collectively move forward. Much has been said, Mr. Speaker, sir, touching on several issues. I want to touch on a very, very important aspect on OSR, that's own source revenue. And said by the chair, we really need to tighten several leakages so that we can have effective collection, which can be well managed. As said earlier, on several points, that these facilities should, at each and every level, fund themselves. The money they contribute should really help them move forward on management, on development, and many, many issues. Again, Mr. Speaker, sir, the issue of bending bills is really serious on several points. We should find a way of taming the bending bills. This time, Mr. Speaker, sir, in some few weeks, we'll cross over to the next financial year. And Mr. Speaker, sir, because of some reasons, we will roll over quite big, huge chunk of money for unused works and services meant to be done in this financial year. So as we go forward, we really need to tighten all the loopholes so that we can really have very good management, and it will be very easy. Mr. Speaker, sir, I support. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now proceed to put it to question that this House adopts the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriations on the County Budget Review Outlook Paper 2024, that is for financial year 2023-2024, laid on the table of the Assembly on Wednesday, 4th June 2025, during the morning sitting. As many who are of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many who are of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion.
There is a procedural motion by the Honorable, now on behalf of the Honorable Leader of Majority Party, who will be having the Deputy Leader of Majority Party, the Honorable Rose Gadani.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Majority Leader, Honorable William Mutai, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 33, this House adjourns from today, Tuesday, 10th June 2025, to allow members to attend an official business in Nairobi, and further resolves to sit again on Thursday, 12th and Friday, 13th June 2025 at 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. I would request Honorable from Nakuru East, Honorable Geru, to support, to second.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I start to second that motion that we are given that time. Tomorrow we are having an engagement, a national duty engagement, and indeed it is good because it is for the betterment of people of Nakuru. And we are looking forward to come back here on Thursday to transact business of this Honorable House. Mr. Speaker, with that, I support. Thank you.
I'll propose the question, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 33, this House adjourns from today, Tuesday, 10th June 2025, to allow members to attend to an official business in Nairobi, and further resolves to sit again on Thursday, 12th, and Friday, 13th June 2025 at 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. The motion is open for debate. The member for Lakeview.
Mr. Speaker, I want to stand in support the motion for the sole purpose, Mr. Speaker, that we come to this August House to support the businesses of the people. And if members of this House have been called on a day that they should be working for an official duty for the benefit of their people, then they should go and perform those functions then, there and then, Mr. Speaker, because this is a government of the people, by the people, for the people. So we meet on Thursday morning. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. The Honourable Member for Amalo, and not Amalo, Mosop, and lastly the Honourable Member from Naiswit.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also raise to support the motion that, of course, we have a duty that has come calling, and it came at a time when, of course, we already had a calendar in place. So, Mr. Speaker, in lieu to the pending businesses of this great house, it is part of our duty. And of course, being given a provision by the standing orders to request for a day to compensate for tomorrow so that we can be able to meet the businesses in hand, Mr. Speaker. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I actually stand to support this motion as was laid by the Majority Leader. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The member for Mosop. The Honourable Member for Naiswit.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I also want to stand and support this motion. As my colleagues have already stated that tomorrow is a day that we have to attend a meeting, which is so crucial to us all, and it really matters because of our county, Nakuru. What I can say is that it is good that also we have been compensated for those days which we missed. And I'm sure on Thursday we'll be here, as our colleagues have already stated. and ready to transact the business as usual and make sure that everything goes on well. So I stand to support. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now proceed to put it to question. That pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 33, this House adjourns from today, Tuesday 10th June 2025, to allow members to attend to an official business in Nairobi, and further resolves to sit again on Thursday 12th and Friday 13th June 2025 at 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. As many are of that opinion, say aye. As many who are of contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, those are the orders of the afternoon sitting.
Honorable members, this House is adjourned to Thursday 12th, 9:30 a.m. Thank you.